G'day guys, Nick from Gworks here. Look, today we're going to do a quick video on how to put your Falcon slash Commodore rail adapters into the RA, RC and first series Dmax. So first of all, you're going to take the 4 bolts that hold the seat to the floor out. Then we're going to lift it out, put it over onto the bench over there, and we're going to go through the next steps. Look guys, a quick one we need to add. When removing the factory Rodeo seat, you need to make sure that you undo the small electrical clip that's underneath. It's generally for the seat belt sensor, so make sure you grab that one out and undo it before you try and lift the seat out. Okay, so you've unbolted your seats from the car, you've put them out onto a bench. Now it's time to undo the 6 bolts on the factory Rodeo Colorado Dmax seat. So there's a bolt up here at the front on either side, just underneath. And then there's 2 tucked away at the back of the seat, which I would recommend using a 13mm ratchet spanner. It's pretty tight in there. It's very difficult to get around the front rail support here at the front. So go through, undo those. Okay guys, you've undone the bolts. Now it's time to remove the rails from the old seat and chuck it away. So simple, you need to grab the seatbelt harness and go with it. So it's as simple as lifting it up off the seat, sitting it back onto the bench, just flip it over nice and easy. Now there should be a packer plate that goes on the opposite side of the seat belt. Do not be like me and lose it, otherwise you'll have a bit of a hard time a little bit later on. So now you're finished with the Rodeo seat, you can get rid of it. Literally pieces of shit, so get rid of it guys, get it out of your life and get yourself into some comfy seats. So over here you can see we've got the forward seat. I've already taken the rails off. There's 4 mounting points on this side. Again, it's still a 13mm bolt that comes off, or 13mm nut that comes off. So it's as simple as getting your rail adapters. Now you need to make sure that the double hold side is at the back. Now you're placing them onto the seat such as this. Okay, next step is to put the nuts on. I need to stress to you guys, do not do them up tight. You need to have them loose because it makes it much easier to fit in the car when you're working with the floor pan. So make sure it's nice and loose. You want it to be sloppy so that way there's no tension on the bolts in the car. You'll understand when you go to install them, you'll get the picture. So nice and loose still. They're not even really finger tight. Okay, what you do in the next step is you grab your old rails from the Rodeo Colorado Dmax and you literally place them on top. So nice and simple and easy, which is what we've tried to do with this whole process. You've got the 6 bolts that you removed, so just make sure you don't lose any of those bolts. Again, you want to get them on, just get them started, finger tight, and then you're almost ready to put it back into the car. So it is pretty simple. For the guys who use it's done it the first, this is your first time, you're probably going to take you an hour. If you don't have a ratchet spanner, it's going to take a long time because it's quite painful. Alright guys, so as you can see, very sloppy on the rails. The next step's to actually take it over to the car and get ready to fit it. Alright guys, lift it back into the car, so nice and simple. Nice and loose. Okay, line all your holes back up. What you're doing is you're actually moving the seat out to match the rail, so there's no binding. That's why there's slots in the rail. So if you have a look down here, it's nice and loose, nice and easy to work with. So what you want to do is actually square it up into the holes and then put your bolts back in. Nice, quick and easy one before you start actually doing up the seat rail. So alright guys, I really apologise about the poor camera footage, but obviously now you can see that the seat bolts are done up to the floor. Now it's time to actually go through and do up these bolts now. So you're doing that all the way around the seat. Obviously you can see that the seat is still able to move on the seat rail adapter. So this is where you can square your seat up and get it sitting just perfect. So go through, get those done up. Alright guys, so again with the back one, we're just going to go through, do all these bolts up. Alright guys, that's one side up, we've got one more to go, and then we're done. Alright guys, so you've got to the point where you've done all the bolts back up. So the 6 that are on the Rodeo rail, the 4 that are on the top of the forward seat, and the 4 that are on the floor. You've also gone through and reconnected the seat belt electrical clip for the sensor. You're good to go. So as you can see, seat moves nice and easy. And that's the important thing about not doing the bolts up until it's actually in the car and firm. It allows the seat to actually get in its right placement. There is, across different variants of cars, we've tried 3 now that we've fitted it to. It is slightly different per rail, so that's why the holes are elongated. Don't forget in the back, put your plastic covers back on so it looks nice. But that's basically it guys. It is the same principles to put the Commodore rails in as the Ford. So we do have a Commodore seat over here. I'll show you that just quickly before the video ends. We'll show you the Commodore video just at the end, a snapshot of the bottom of the seat, just so you guys can understand that it is the same. So just follow the same principles, whether you're fitting the XR seats or the Commodore seats, using the rail adapters that we provide. Alright guys, just as I just mentioned then, this is actually an SSBE Commodore seat with the rail not on there at the moment. So as you can see, 4 studs, very similar. I'm sure this question's going to be asked, so I need to cover it off. No, the XR rails do not fit. The bolt holes are different. They are very close, but there is not enough bite to allow both of those to actually be on the one rail. So unfortunately guys, you're going to have to pick your preference. We will have it all live very shortly on our social media page, and our website is currently being built. So look out for Gworks in the future. Just want to say thank you for supporting a Australian manufacturing company, and I hope you enjoy the new seats in your Rodeo, Colorado or Dmax. Thanks for your time.